Hello there and welcome to Chelsea Fan TV. Chelsea won, Liverpool won. It is a draw for Pochettino's first game as Chelsea manager in the Premier League. And to be honest, it looked really weird. It was sort of an emotional roller coaster. The first 20 minutes, first 25 minutes, Chelsea looked absolutely horrendous. In fact, we did go 2-0 down for a second, but thankfully offside from Salah. And then we sort of switched on and looked like a completely different team and just dominated Liverpool completely. Managed to get a goal back from DISAsi, who was phenomenal today, but we'll get into that in a minute. And then Chilwell went and scored another, but unfortunately, he was just offside by a little bit, which is painful. Overall, I think Chelsea looked okay. I don't think that's a performance we can come away and be like disappointed because we were horrendous that first 25 minutes, and Liverpool are a good team. They've added to their squad and they played very attacking today. So I feel like a 1-1 draw, we can live with it. It's okay. We can build from this. At least we didn't lose. And to be honest, is it really that surprising we've drawn with Liverpool? Our last 6 meetings with them have been a draw, so I don't think it's too crazy. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get into the video and do the player ratings. So we'll start off with Sanchez in goal. His goalkeeping debut for Chelsea, and it probably wasn't the debut he wanted. I have given Sanchez a rating of 5.8 because look, I don't think he was horrendous. I don't think he was really bad. However, he did make one massive mistake really late on the game. He got lucky by an awful touch from Darwin Núñez. So that was very close. That could have easily led to us losing the game, dropping all 3 points there. So that sort of dropped his rating a bit for me. I think he didn't really get challenged much, to be honest. He didn't have a lot to do. And when he was called upon, he did make the save he needed to make. Unfortunately, with the Luis Diaz goal, it doesn't walk upon. I don't think he's going to save that. It's too close range, and it's more of a defensive error than on Sanchez. But overall, I think Sanchez looked okay. I wasn't mind blown. I wasn't bitterly disappointed, but it was just extremely mid. And next up, we have the right centre back, who was my man of the match, DISASI. I think that's how you say it, if I'm saying that correctly. He was phenomenal today. Got a goal in his debut and defensively looked like a brick wall. He played really well. And as I've said, my man of the match was superb. I asked in the live chat, and a lot of people in the live chat were really impressed with him. So I back him. He was great. I feel like he has to start now. Obviously, Badiashile is injured, and so is Wesley Fofana. So I think he does have a place, especially after that performance, solidified in the starting 11 for West Ham. Same, of course, with Thiago Silva, who I've given a 7. He's always a brick wall. He's so experienced. I'm a bit surprised Thiago Silva wasn't given the captaincy, at least for this season, while Reece James and Chilwell sort of get time to adjust to the captaincy role. But yeah, Thiago Silva, he's class, so experienced and just all-round brilliant. And the same to be said with Levi Colwill again today. He shined. He was really good defensively. In the first 25 minutes, he was struggling with Mo Salah, but you can't really blame him. It's Mohamed Salah, one of the best wingers in the history of the Premier League. So, you know, it's expected. And I think he definitely switched on the more the game got going. So, really good performance from him. And another really good performance from Ben Chilwell. He was phenomenal as well. Assisted the goal for DISASI and obviously went on to score a goal. It's just a shame he did a Timo Werner and was so slightly offside. So annoying, because I would have loved to see Chilwell on the score sheet. He made a few errors here and there, but they're all a bit rusty, to be fair. I mean, this is the first game of the season, so it could be expected. But overall, I thought Chilwell was absolutely class. Next up, we have Reece James, who was, of course, the captain for the game. I've given James a 6.9. I don't think Reece James was bad. And I think the rating given I've seen online, because I'm sort of judging this a bit from football as well, is a bit harsh. I think Reece James looked like a threat up in the front, and he was giving service. You know, he was giving some great crosses, some great balls into the box. So I don't think Reece James was by any means horrific. I don't think as well he was better than the rest of those players on the pitch. So for that reason, I have given James a 6.9. Next up, we have Enzo Fernandez, who also, I think, played pretty well. I've given him a 7. I think Enzo made some brilliant passes today. That's the thing you see with Enzo Fernandez. There were a few dodgy mistakes here and there, and of course, he did get a yellow card quite early on into the game as well. But Enzo Fernandez, class as usual, and a better performance today from Conor Gallagher, who I've given a 6.9. I think Gallagher actually did put in a bit of a shift today. I think he looked all right in the midfield. I do think when Moises Caicedo comes, you've got to put Caicedo in over Gallagher personally. I don't think Gallagher's quite to the high level yet, and obviously he's not really that defensive minded. He can put a bit of a shift in defensively, but he's more he's not quite there. Whereas with Caicedo offers a lot more, and you definitely got to get Caicedo in over him, which hopefully will happen. Hopefully for the West Ham game. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think it was a bad performance by Gallagher by any means. And of course, he also got a yellow card. Could have easily been a red card for the Chelsea team. Oh, did he get a yellow? No, I think I'm Carney Chukwuemeka. No, Gallagher did get a yellow. Gallagher did. And I'm pretty sure Carney Chukwuemeka were given a 6. Slightly disappointing game from Carney. He's played better before. And I don't think that was really one of his best performances. As I said, he did get a yellow card very early on, actually. That's like the first opening minutes. And I just don't think he looked quite there, really. So you could put Caicedo in over Carney if he's going to continue to play like this. And then obviously move Gallagher further up. That's something maybe to do. Obviously, it was just weren't his day. Didn't really perform so level he can. Raheem Sterling, however, I think had a better game from the games I saw in pre-season. I give him a 6.3. Someone put a comment with every time Sterling does one good thing, there's 3 bad things to follow up from. And I mean, they're not wrong. 3 times, if I remember correctly, in the first half, Sterling passed the ball to Alisson and kicked the ball out for a goal kick. Like, it kind of looked like he didn't know what to do in the final third. Sort of panicked and just kicks the ball, which was horrendous. I would have preferred it if he just shot and hoofed it up into row Z. Because it's just such a dumb way to give away the ball. A very annoying way. To lose the ball. But I do think he made a few good runs here and there. There was one ball in particular he whipped into Chilwell, which was phenomenal. Just Chilwell had to stretch for a little bit, so a bit unlucky there. So yeah, I've given Sterling a 6.3. I think it wasn't great, but it wasn't an absolute shit show. And then finally, Nicholas Jackson, I've given a 6.6. I don't think Jackson was on top of his game today. He did have one big chance, which he sort of hit into the ground, and it went just over the bar. It went over the bar. He also had a big chance as well with a one-on-one on Alisson. I don't think he was on top of his game today, which was a bit annoying because I would have loved to see Nicholas Jackson score. He was in my FPL, so, that's a bit tragic to see him score, and unfortunate for him not to get a winner on his debut at Stamford Bridge. But I think there's promise there with Nicholas Jackson, and hopefully better performances to come from him. Now, when it comes to the substitutes, I haven't done a graphic for the subs because the subs were so late on and they didn't really make an impact. The only sub I would say made a bit of an impact was Mykhailo Mudryk. Why Mudryk didn't start or come on earlier is beyond me. Because I think when he came on, he shined. He had a really, really good opportunity. He passed it back. I can't remember who he passed it back to. But he tries to take it around Alisson. He does do that, but the Liverpool defence is already back, so there's not really much he could do. Lays it back up, and we just didn't get a shot off. Not sure why, but we just couldn't get a shot off. But I think Mudryk, I'd probably give Mudryk, I know he didn't play very long, like a 6.5, 6.6 for the short amount of time he played. I think he did make a bit of a difference. And Maatsen, I will say, looked absolutely horrendous when he came on. Not sure what was going on with him because he was brilliant in pre-season. Maybe nerves got to him, but when he came on, he was horrific, like absolutely awful. When it comes to Ogchokwu, who came on, definitely butchering the pronunciation that, and Malo Gustav, they just didn't really do anything. So I just sort of give them 6s because they were barely on the field for long. They were barely on the field for any minutes, really. So it's kind of hard to rate them and judge them, especially if they didn't make much of an impact. The only one I would say that did, as I said, is Mudryk. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to smash a like and, of course, subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. I will be doing a watch-along to Manchester United v Wolverhampton tomorrow on my YouTube channel, HTPZ, which will be linked in the title and the description of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Stay safe, stay cracking, fair enough, and au revoir.